to wipe there, Kraken. We're seeing Isa Benjo, sorry if I've said that wrong, saying g'day in the chat as well. So hello to you, mate. Welcome. We do have half an eye on our chat at all times, so don't forget to use the hashtag AskMoosey, hashtag AskDeezy, if you have anything to ask us at all throughout any of the proceedings tonight. As we're just waiting for the first car to go on track, and it looks like it might be Suicide 5, mate.
Yes, that is correct, my friend. And DeGauze, hello to you, my friend. Good morning.
We're just hearing from Disguise. Whereabouts in the world are you joining us from? Morning, we race here at 7:30 p.m. on a.
If I remember correctly,
Wednesday.
I think DeGauze was from somewhere in the States. Dakota, maybe. South Dakota.
South Dakota rings a bell.
South Dakota.
Oh,
well,
the UK.
I'm getting it confused, but well, you know, we're
it's
worldwide
got United
here
in front of it. It's got United in front of it.
Yeah, United Kingdom, United States, same thing, isn't it? They're just as far from Australia.
So we're just hearing from the higher ups that we have 3 drivers serving a qualifying ban tonight. They will be Kraken, Nat Hammer, and Suicide 5. So they will be allowed to go out and do an install lap, as Suicide 5 is at the moment. But they will not be allowed to take part in qualifying.
That's right. It's a bit of a shame for them. All 3 of them have, I think 2 of them have accrued license points, and Suicide 5 received a major qualifying block last week in Canada.
Oh, you're right, mate. You've just gone completely out. So not sure if any of our fans can still hear us.
I'm here.
But, no, you dropped completely out there. You're back there for me now, though.
Yeah, strange. The audio issues continue, but here comes Nick Magoo through turn number 1 and 2, and Moosey, you can take us through the rest of the lap with Nick.
Absolutely, mate. And we're on board here with the McLaren needing a big result here tonight. The whole McLaren team needing some serious results. We're into 3, we're into 4. And we'll come out of 5 and into 6 now. Very long right-hander. Do not get yourself too much on that inside curb there at 7, because it will turn you around onto the back straight. DRS is wide open. Try and stay as close to the right-hand side as you can. Maybe even take a little bit of this curve on the way in. Just opens the car up very nicely there into 8, 9. And as you exit from 10, this little kink is turn 11, I'm pretty sure. It does classify as a corner. And this is a very nice lap indeed from Nick Magoo. Takes a little bit of curb there on the approach to turn 12. And this is a very tidy little lap there, Deezy. He's taken a nice line through there. Gets himself very, very wide. As we're seeing blue flags out there for... not blue flags, yellow flags out there for a Ferrari, it looks like. Nick Magoo with a couple of corners here left to navigate. And he will be the first man to set a lap time. He just misses the apex there on the final corner, unfortunately for him, but he knows that he'll have a little bit more time in the bank if he decides to go again, and he has done a 1:29.3, which, based on last night's data, would be more than enough to get him out of this Q1 session.
Yeah, definitely, but the tiers are pretty closely stacked together. But you're going to have to find a little bit more pace. 565 had gone through on an invalid lap time, so he's going once again. So Fury Strat's coming next. He's just coming around the final corner now. And just misses the apex slightly, but got it in nicely, rotated the car well. And he's hard on the power towards the finish line now. And what can he set? It's a 1:28.7, so the pole of last night's already been beaten by 2 and a bit tenths, Moosey.
Yeah, that it has, man. It just shows you how... this Tier 2 competition, it's just the next step up. And of course, we will bring you Tier 1 tomorrow night, and that'll be another step up entirely again. So it is showing the quality in the 3 divisions of the OSRL.
Yeah, definitely. It's a step up to make, and a driver who has made that step is Absolute for AlphaTauri. So we'll see how he goes on his second full-time race in the Tier 2 competition. He's reserved a couple times prior to that, but wishing him well. And we're right on board with your teammate Blue Dog, as he's just coming through turn number 1, number 2. And there's an Aston Martin off in Sector 3, Moose, if you want to check that out for me. Yes. But down into turn number 4 comes Blue Dog, and you got to use a lot of these curves to sort of minimise the angle and straight line the track as much as possible, just getting the minimum distance. And there's going to be a bit of a tow down here at Ferrari from Dino, and he's timed it very well,
hasn't he?
Giving Blue Dog an extra couple kilometres an hour down this first half of the Mistral Straight, which is very long, divided up by the chicane here at turn number 8. You flick it in left, take a lot of that curb, then flick it over the curb on the right. Get it rotated nicely, hard on the power again, third gear on the exit, now climbing up the hill towards Cine Corner, 8th gear corner, over 300 kilometres an hour moves. It is absolutely flat out, and it just speaks of the downforce these cars produce. It is astonishing. And now you throw it into Labose, down a gear, down another gear, down another gear, and then come out through turn 13. A long left-hander, run it out on the curb. Nice and hard on the power again. Now this sweeping right-hander into the left-hander of turn number 14. And the final corner, second gear, rotate the car, missed the apex slightly. And hard on the power, open the DRS and see what's going to come up in a second. It's quite a long run to the line, Moosey, here. And it's a 1:29.8 for Blue Dog, so it's good enough for third, but we've only had 3 lap times set at this current point of time.
Absolutely, and Blue Dog will just look. He won't look to be pushing on another lap, but he'll try and stay enough ahead of his teammate Dino 420 fam to give Dino a reciprocating tow down the back straight. Although as I say that, he hasn't. He's pulled out of the way.
Well, we've seen Dino's a very quick driver, so he probably doesn't need that tow. However, he was struggling out in Canada last week, so he'll be looking to get back into form that we had seen earlier in the season, as Kraken has serving his qualifying ban, retires from the session. But here comes the Stig and the Williams out of the final corner, and got the apex nicely. Stig goes up here. With the Stig, but he's just crossed the line to third position. So we'll go backwards to a Mercedes. Who is that? It is Brad Tay. He's down there at 11th at the moment. He's in the final corner. As Whitey with a tier 1 sub to Rusted Cyborg. I believe that to be Darkness Abyss, so thank you, my friend. Love you, Whitey.
Loving your work.
And Ebstone puts it up into second for Williams. Here comes Dino in the Ferrari. Bang! It's a nice little lap time from Dino.
We love you too, Whitey. The boss, the Führer, whatever you want to call him, mate. He's getting in there nice and early with the subs.
Couple of invalid laps at the moment, so drivers, we saw it last night as well. It's not exactly the easiest track to get those lap times in. Track limits are quite difficult around here, Moose.
Yeah, that they are, mate. We touched base on it a little bit last night, that it is very, very easy here to invalidate your lap. Any 4 wheels off the track on this circuit and you will invalidate your lap. So it's something to keep in mind for these Tier 2 boys tonight, and coincidentally into tomorrow night for the Tier 1 lads, that they must keep 4 wheels on the track at all times.
Yes, they do, mate. And as you've been just speaking quietly there, OSRL Donnie's just dropped 5 gift subs on us. So, Donnie, my man, legend, appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted. And we'll see you out on track shortly, mate. In that Papaya McLaren. I think Crazy Kiwi's coming towards the line. No, he's coming through the third sector. So go on board with Crazy Kiwi. Another driver who's been struggling to get it going so far this season.
Just dropped a little bit further back. Sorry if I've cut someone you're on board with, but Absolute is on an absolute fly. He's just coming through the middle sector, and he's looking very, very quick indeed, very racy, as he's on the blue sort of paint. And we touched on that blue paint last night, that it is designed to slow your car down, as we're seeing yellow flags throughout the entire circuit. The blue paint is designed to slow your car down just marginally, so that these heavy runoff areas don't come back and bite anyone too badly. But the red paint will slow you down quite a lot, Not a whole lot of that too close to the track, so that's not too much of a worry, but there is plenty of that blue paint around the track for sure, and Absolute did get a lot of that blue paint as he's about to cross the line for a 1:30.5, so not sure if that paint slowed him down, mate, but he'll need a better time than that.
Yes, he will. So only 14th as Tabbed goes to a 28.5. So the lap times are falling here in France. Who was that? Who just crossed the line? Darkness Abyss in the Alpine. Not able to improve on that lap time. He stays 10th. Absolute. He's unvalidated. He's next one. And Mooksy.
Look
out. 2 subs.
Look
out. Everyone's here at the moment. The hype train's incoming. It's up and running. Get involved. We love the support. Who's out there on a fly at the moment? Johnny Roscoe?
No,
I
he's
think
on an
Roscoe
in-lap.
is pushing. I think Roscoe's pushing it. But he might be on in-lap. No. He's pushing it. He's coming out of the final corner now.
Correctamundo and Bradte's in
last
behind
week's
him.
race winner.
Yes. Worth mentioning also, congratulations to the 3 boys last night that made the podium. All 3 drivers celebrating their very first OSRL podium.
Yes, they were, mate. Nick Magoo puts himself up into 7th. But, yeah, as you're saying, all 3 on the podium last night, it was their first podium in OSRL, so very big congratulations to them.
The hype train incoming, that's just popped up on my screen, so we're currently at a level 3 hype train, mate.
Yeah, it's level 3. We
I'll
can
tell you
go
what,
higher, absolutely.
we have had a hype train every single week, especially in the Tier 2 comp, but I'm pretty sure we've had a few hype trains across the other divisions as well. We are reaching far and wide with the OSRL for this Season 2.
Yes, we are, mate, and it's what we like to see. We're going on board with Donny, the man who just dropped 5 sub-Irunis on us. So we'll see what he can do in Q1. No worries. So he just coming through Cine corner now, and on the plunge into La Bose now, down to 5th gear for Donny. Just waiting patiently with the power. You don't want to run it out wide here; it would be an invalidation. And that curb on the left is also, it can spit your car out all the way to the right. And even though the wall's far away, you're at high speed, so you travel a long way. But he's navigated that nicely. Now turn number 14, this long, awkward left-hander, where you're just waiting. But you can't go too far deep, or else you ruin your run into the final corner. But he's done that one nicely. So we'll see what he can do as he crosses the line now. And it's only 15th for Donny. So he's struggling to find a bit of pace, but that was only his first attempt. He's got 4 minutes to go. Absolute. He's out there trying to beat his best. He's been on those tyres for a few laps now, and they don't last too long here in Spain. So he's going to have to either get a move on or set the lap time now. So we'll see what he can do. He's going to need something in the 29s, and he goes into the 28s. So very good lap time there from Absolute. Puts himself up into 5th.
Urban Scythe has gone bang.
Urban! How many is that, Urban? Whitey! Stop it! Whitey with 2!
Mate, I'll give you the tip. MasterChef Moose was a hit tonight.
MasterChef Moose with that, what was it? It was the Wagyu Gnocchi.
The Wagyu Gnocchi, and she absolutely loves it apparently, so...
there you go. So HelloFresh for the winner.
Yeah, sure.
Chef Moose.
I'm not a big fan of the HelloFresh. It must be said, but yeah, we're on a winner tonight, so I've knocked that up fairly quickly. Big shout out to HelloFresh for making something that's yum for once.
Yeah, HelloFresh, if you're watching, we'd love a sponsorship. We'll sell the shit out of your product.
Let's be fair.
Moosey.
Let's be
sorry,
fair.
not Moosey, Donny.
Let's be fair. We do it with the Zing, and a big shout out to the Colonel.
If we had a KFC sponsorship, it could be a little dangerous, Moose.
It'd be very dangerous. Let's be fair.
It would be a severe health issue for lots of people in the community. Who was that? Just smashing brake markers. I think it was a Mercedes of Crazy Kiwi. He came out of the pit lane in a very awkward time. 3 drivers had just set off on a lap time. and just using those runoffs to get out of the way.
Actually,
We just went up with Jake Kelly, and he spun there out of turn 6, just before the kink of turn 7. And it's pretty easy to do there. You just got to be careful on the traction.
yeah, we did mention at the start of this session that a lot of drivers had an issue navigating that. And he's hit his front wing for good measure there, Jay Kelly.
No! With a 10! The 10 bomb. Urban, stop it, lad. It's a bit naughty at this point.
Oh, it's a lot naughty. I like it.
I love it. I love it, Moose. Go on board with Flourish Expire. Well, he's invalidated, so we'll go on board with someone else.
What is going on? Oh, Whitey!
It's the muscles are out here at OSRL.
Oh, well, mate.
Sure, Whitey.
With just over a minute left in this session, let's have a little look at the drivers at risk. They are currently Blue Dog, Flourish, Expire. The other 3 drivers, being Kraken, Suicide, and Nathammer, all have qualifying bans. So we won't touch on anyone except for Flourish and Blue Dog at the moment, who are both out there on flying laps.
Yes, they are. We're riding on board with Blue Dog at the moment. Flourish Expire still not able to get it done. This is going to be his last attempt. He did come into the chat just before saying he wasn't enjoying this France circuit.
And he's
But
missed
we'll
the
see if he
apex
can deliver
again.
at the lap time. But Blue Dog, your teammate Moosey in the Ferrari, this is going to be his second last chance at it, but it could be his final good chance at it. But only
he's got to
16.
go again here, and the fuel light is on in that Ferrari car. I think he's in a bit of strife.
I think he is, so we'll go on board with Mr. Flourish Expire down there in P19. Not where we usually see Flourish. He's Q3 every week.
That's exactly right, and we're seeing Donny. He's not happy with the boys showing him up with gift subs. Well, Donny, mate, there's one way to get your head around that. Don't want to tell you what to do, mate, but get around it, because we are on the hype train.
Level 5, baby. I said it last week, Moosey. I need to up the difficulty of it. We hit level 5 just like that.
Yeah, we do very constantly hit it, but I think Urban and Whitey have both come in with 2 lots of 10. So I think we were going to hit it no matter what tonight, mate. As Flourish is coming across the line now. Flourish goes into P10, knocking Blue Dog out officially. But the Stig is still on track, and he looks like he's improving a little bit. So Jay Kelly could be in a bit of strife.
Oh, the guys! All the way from the UK, he's got 5 subs in.
Come on, England!
Keep it in your pants, Moosey. You're getting a bit excited.
I can't control it.
I love it. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Absolute legend. All of you legends. And that was one of our better hype trains, Moosey. There you go. The rewards are getting paid out now. 30 subs.
Mate, the Stig has gone through, so that is qualifying done. Unless Blue Dog does have enough fuel in the car, he does not as he comes back into the pits. So we will lose the 3 gentlemen with a qualifying ban, but we also will lose Blue Dog and Jay Kelly from this Q1 session. And someone's chimed in, and a very big choo-choo for that hype train. That was amazing, boys.
Get on board the train! Get on the train! The hype train! But there you go.
Can you have 2 hype trains in a night? That's the next question.
There is a cooldown period of about an hour, so everyone put your wallets away for an hour and get it back out midway through the race. But yeah, we lose Jay Kelly and Blue Dog. They are the 2 drivers who are out there, and then Kraken, Suicide 5 and Nathammer all serving their qualifying bans. And Fury Strut sporting the Portuguese flag tonight. I'm not sure what's with that. Fury, if you're in the chat, let us know. I know you've just been engaged, mate. It hasn't changed you entirely, has it? You're still one of the boys.
Well, there's a couple of boys sporting the Scottish flag, I'm pretty sure that is as well. We have a Netherlands flag there as well. I'm not quite sure what kind of flag Darkness Abyss is rocking. I think that's Cameroon.
That's the Ukrainian flag for Darkness Abyss.
And Blue Dog there sporting the Spanish flag. So we'll call it diverse We're all about diversity here.
Yes, we are. But we had an Irishman on the podium last night, Baz. So will we see a Scotsman tonight, or a person sporting the Scots flag? We'll wait and see. But it's time for Q2, Moosey.
If someone does get on the podium sporting another nationality's flag, can you please, for the love of goodness, try and put on the accent for us?
You're getting you're getting flamed in the chat, Moosey. You're saying, how did the Ukrainian get called Cameroon?
Jack, I apologise.
That's alright, that's what I'm here for, mate.
I'll have to brush up on my Ukrainian knowledge.
I'm the OSRL flags manager. Just kidding. But here we go. We're going to see some strategy here, I suspect.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see mediums early on, but we'll also see softs with people looking to get just a time on the board to chase later on for those medium compound tyres, which are definitely the ones to be starting on here in France.
Yeah, that they are, mate. We saw quite a lot of the boys start on the medium tyres last night. I'm pretty sure we only had 3 drivers on the entire grid start on the soft compound last night. So definitely the way to go if you can get through on those medium tyres.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. But, so we got a few out there on the mediums. Mr. Fury Strat as well as Crazy Kiwi and Absolute. Whereas Donny and Brad Tay, they're going out on the softs early on. So, differing strategies, we love to see it. And, yeah, Jack, last night down at turn 7, the kink onto this straight here, we're riding on board with Fury. The Mistral straight, that kink is actually called Mistral. And we saw quite a few drivers struggling through there last night.
Quite a few.
I'm not sure if it was down to setup or if they just were running pretty firm suspension over that sort of... The kink there has a bit of a curb and it can unsettle the rear. So it is not the easiest kink on the game, but it's not exactly the hardest corner on the track. I would have thought turn 10 would have been a harder one, but that is what it is.
It just it plays into the theory that a lot of gamers have at the moment, that the curbs are just that much more brutal in this 2021 game. We've heard it a lot from a lot of places, and a lot of our drivers, especially in the pre-season testing, found the curbs very hard to deal with. So it might just be one of those curbs that are a little bit more raised than they have been in previous games, that is just hurting them a little bit.
Yeah, it's it's definitely more to side with the realism. But let's see what Fury Strat can do, leading us away on the medium compound tyre into turn number 4, using a lot of that curb, and again,
Shaq goes bang!
Shaq goes bang, Moosey, and it's another 10 stubs for the channel. Shaq spending all the money tonight. Thank you, Shaq, for the 10 subs.
It must be payday.
Appreciate it.
It's definitely going to be payday for the higher ups tomorrow of OSRL.
Well, Shaq will take the money back into his pocket then, if we're operating off of that. But Moosey, here comes Fury down the second half of the Mistral straight. Cine corner now, flicks it in. It's not even a challenge in these conditions. If we see a bit of rain, which I'm hearing in the chat that it might be a 70% chance of rain in Q3. So, early laps here in Q2, the conditions might deteriorate quickly.
Well, mate, we heard in the Tier 3 race last night that there wasn't meant to be any rain at all, but we did see the limit of 4 safety cars in the race last night, and there was quite a lot of rain towards the last third of the race. So even if it's not predicted, it does like to come, and we could see it here tonight in France, as Fury Strat does a 29.3, as Urban Scyther, my man, goes bang once again, with, I'm pretty sure, another 10 gifted subs. So my man making it rain.
He sure is, mate. It is raining here in France. And I love to see it.
He reckons
it must be payday. It is hump day, mate. So A lot of people get paid midweek here in Australia.
To be fair, I got paid today. It's yeah. So you could be onto something there, mate.
I could be, mate. I got my government check today as well.
I'm not quite on the. I'm not.
Whitey, stop
20
it!
subs. He's gifted
Whitey.
20.
20 in one hit.
As Roscoe's around.
Roscoe. Roscoe there at turn 14, and I did say it's a bit of an awkward long left, and he's gotten it all wrong there. But Whitey, what is going on, mate? 20, and you've just done 10 and 4 before that. 34. You're crazy.
We need to
championship leader.
We need to come up with something for bulk lots like that. We need to come up with something that we do in the comms box to celebrate that stuff, because just going "Wah!" doesn't really do it justice.
I think we need to get a bit of the muzz going like we saw last night on the raid, Moosey.
Sorry, mate, what was that?
A bit of the dancing that we saw last night when we raided my friend.
We raided that guy last night, and I'm not ashamed to say I sat there and watched him for about an hour. He was.
I'm getting in on the fun, Moose. I'm getting in on the fun here, mate. It's coming through.
The D's.
Cop that! 10 subs!
Out.
Cop it! We're going off tonight! We said it last night, we're going off!
Oh, mate, if it rains any harder, it'll be bloody New York City.
And Miller Gaines goes fastest by a long, long way, but he's on that soft compound tyre, so thinking something different.
Yeah, he'll struggle to beat that on the medium compound tyre, so I dare say that Miller Gaines will start on that soft compound tyre.
As M-Stone in the Williams goes second.
Does something fairly similar.
Yes, he does. And only 2 laps times to be set. One for the Red Bull, Johnny M4, and the second for Dino in the Ferrari. But he's just kicking it off, and we'll go on board with the number 23 Ferrari. Not quite sure why he is sporting that number 23.
He's very lucky to hang on to the car there. He jumped well and truly over that curb, and looked like the car was a little bit unsettled, to say the least. But he managed
a bit of acrobatics out there in the Ferrari.
And he's lucky not to invalidate there, to be fair. And it's worth mentioning, for a controller player, Dino 420 fam is absolutely red hot.
He's pushing the limits, and you're right, mate. He's right on it on that controller. We've seen the likes of Mr. Mount in Tier 1 show pace on the controller. It's not impossible, but it's a bit more difficult, as you would know yourself, being a controller player, Moose.
It is incredibly difficult. I am trying to get my head around the wheel, but it's just like that Moose cam, and it's not quite happening as quickly as it needs to.
It'll happen, mate. It'll happen. Give it time.
What, for the 2025 game?
Yeah, well, we'll still be around, hopefully.
Oh, you'd hope so. That'll be the season 10 by that point of the OSRL.
And we're well and truly into it. This is only season 2, and look where we're already at, Moose. We are flying.
Well, mate, you have hit the nail on the head there, as Dino goes P2 with a 28.5 on the soft compound tyre. You've hit the nail on the head, mate. We hit 500 subscribers last week, if I'm not mistaken, mate. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But it is
500 followers last week.
500 followers. So it's an absolute ridiculous amount of publicity that we get each and every week. And with the subs coming in thick and fast every single week, we're putting so much money back into the league, and it's just going to make us bigger and better. Like we say every week, we can't say thank you enough to all the boys that view us each and every week. I think we're averaging 95 plus viewers every single week, so that is just crazy stats for a league only in its second season.
Yeah, definitely. The sub notifications are still coming through, mate. That's how many we've had. I'm trying to keep up with it all and keep up with the action out on track. So, who's out there at the moment? Mr. 406 Spy, he's out there. on the mediums, but it's getting dark, Moose.
Isn't it? And this is exactly what we saw last night. It comes out of nowhere within the space of a lap, maybe a lap and a half. And I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more dry running here.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last too long. And if it continues on this trend, it is definitely going to be wet in Q3, which is going to spice things right up.
Why is it spicy?
Spicy like that zinger you had last night. Hashtag zing on.
I want to point out to all the boys in the OSRL Facebook chat group. Last night, I thought I had finished recording. I thought I'd finished recording my stream. I came back, I was talking to a few of the boys, and let's just say the zinger went straight through me. Is a little bit of an understatement. So those boys that really liked and laughed at the comments that were made last night. I'm not going to say what it was that was said, but yeah, it wasn't great. And it hurt.
I can pull it up if you like.
Hurt. No. That's all right. That's quite all right.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
It hurt.
There, absolutely.
It hurt.
He's on the softs, mate. So a few drivers electing the softs, a few electing the mediums, and here we go. You're about to enjoy a bit more of that yelling.
Whitey!
Whitey with another 10 subs. And if you're not enjoying this yelling, I'm sorry. I can turn it down a little bit, but it's just it's a way of showing the love, the subscriptions. Whitey's just dropped another 10 subs, and Whitey's. I said last night we're going to hit 100 subs to this evening, and I think we're going to hit a Shaq! Another 7!
Mate, how many is that tonight? That has got to be almost 100 tonight.
I think we're almost at 100 already. Here comes Johnny M4! Oh. Got one on the chat. He's only on 137 for Johnny, so he needs to find the lap time now before it starts raining.
We are at 100. We are at 100 subs tonight alone. That is a ridiculous amount of money that's gone. As he's invalidated. Johnny M4's invalidated, mate.
Oh no, he's still got time to get around, but will it hold off? Will the rain get here before he makes it around? We're going on board with Tab now. Well, he's actually not pushing, so we won't go on board with Tab. We'll see who is out there pushing. The two Mercedes, Crazy Kiwi and Brad Tay, line astern, they are pushing.
Oh, it's so crazy. There's just so much going on, mate.
It is raining.
It is raining heavier. It's definitely not a downpour yet, but we did see quite a lot of the guys last night make the wrong strategic call. So definitely not a downpour yet, and the softs will be the quickest tyre. But yeah, we're not a million miles away, and I think Q3 is going to be under intermediate conditions.
I reckon, mate. Link Shadowbong, cheers for the follow, brother. We do appreciate it. These subs are just going to be coming up for the next little while. I'm sorry, but we're on board with Flourish Expire Moose, and he's got to get the lap time in now before the rain kicks in any harder.
Yeah, that he does, and he's improved by a couple of tenths already. As where is he on track? He's just coming into Sector 3 there, is it?
Yeah, coming out of the back half of Sector 3 now.
So he's a couple of tenths up, and he needs to find a little bit more time than a couple of tenths. As there's definitely some serious splotches of rain going on the screen as he improves to P14, and he's actually lost some time in that final sector, mate.
It could potentially be getting too wet already. As Donny, he's invalidated, so he won't have a go of it. Who else is out there? The Stig. He's coming down the back straight. So is Johnny M4. He's improving. But Sector 3 is really where you're going to suffer in these kind of conditions, Moose. Where you just need that mechanical grip from the tyres. You're just going to be sliding through these corners. And with the rain continuing to fall here, it's going to be more and more difficult for these drivers to get their lap times on the board. Yeah,
that's exactly right, mate. You've hit the nail on the head, and the grip has gone for these boys. The Stig is on a brand new set of soft compound tyres, and he's only improved by about a tenth so far. So can that be enough to get him through? He's just coming around the final corner now, and the weather conditions certainly playing havoc as the Stig does not improve. He's lost 2 seconds in that final sector.
Johnny M4 found a very nice amount of lap time. It just wasn't enough for the lad. He just left it a little too late, unfortunately, with the rain. But he got himself up to 11th at least, where he'll be starting. So it's not too bad for Johnny. But it's definitely too wet now, I'd say, to improve on the lap time set. But will it be dries at the start of Q3, or will it be straight to the Inters Moose? That's going to be critical. If drivers want to get out there early, that's probably when it's going to be the driest.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. But I do suspect that we will be, if not for the whole of Q3, we will definitely be starting on the Inters, as quite a lot of these drivers have retired from this session now. There is going to be no improvement, you wouldn't have thought, from anybody.
Yeah, well, we've seen stranger things, though.
I haven't. Is it a good show?
It's not what I meant, but we'll rock with it. Oh, stop it, lads, stop it.
Oh,
Joey F.
Shaq and Joey F. Joey F's got
getting
it on it. He's got
Joey
it on
F,
it.
you legend. You missed the air. We'll get him back up on your screen. He's I don't know how much their confetti they're rolling out tonight.
They're going to run out of confetti. That's how much we've had that confetti gun going tonight.
I reckon there's a prediction up. Will it be dries or wets at the start of Q3? Get your points on the line. Only running for a little, about 30 seconds more, as we don't want to let you see it before we get in. But, Joey F, thank you, mate. Shaq, again, that's 50 in total for Shaq to the channel, which is insane.
That's incredible stuff. We're up to about 120 subscribers, I reckon, now. For tonight alone, which is crazy stuff. And
we've got twice as many subs tonight as we've got viewers at the moment, man. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely crazy. We're seeing a few more followers come through as well now as well. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, mate, but it's a little too
Queen of the
tiny.
Kill.
Little too tiny for me to read. So Milligan's
Queen
topping...
of the Kill, thank you.
Milligan's topping that session in Q2 with a 1:28.3, and I'm going to go out on the limb, mate, and say that qualifying 3 times are not going to get anywhere close to that, as I think we will be beginning Q3 on the intermediate tyres, as we've got a little bit of rain here.
Yes, it's raining, but will it be enough to put the put the wets on right away? We're going to find out in a minute.
Oh, it's so crazy. We've had so much action.
Mate, I would love to see some dries right at the start, but it could be too little, too late.
Well, mate, could it be at the end? Could we start on the Inters? And could we go to the dry tyres somewhere towards the end? We will find out just how wet it is any second now as the drivers are about to come out.
Yeah, 100%, mate. We wait and see.
It is. Oh, I tell you what, if someone wanted to gamble,
it's much wetter. It's much greyer than it was at the end of that session. But they're on the dries.
Compound tyres. They're gonna give it a go, mate.
Well, there you go. Whoever put it on the wets, it's going to dries. So someone's just won big, as they're all coming out on the soft smoothie.
Yeah, that they are, mate. And Fury Strat, he'll want to try and get round as rapidly as he can, just in case these conditions deteriorate. And well, it looks like he's very much pushing. The track is looking very slippy, though, isn't it? That sheen is on the track that we talked about last night. But he does seem to have a fair amount of grip out there, it must be said. Are you there, mate?
I am there. I was putting up another prediction. Put up another prediction for the next 2 minutes. Will there be 2 DNFs here in Q3? In these conditions, it's easy to do, Moose.
That's a good. That is a great predictor.
It's right on the sort of limit.
Yeah, that it is, and especially coming out of turn 7 there with that little kink that caught so many drivers out last night. Could that get a couple of victims tonight? We shall see. As Fury Strat will be the first man on a lap, and he's just coming into the latter part of this lap right now.
Yes, he is. So we'll stick on board with Fury. And I was noticing a few of their helmets last night. There's some nice shots here that get you close up with the cockpit of the cars, and you get to see those helmets on display. And Fury's got a nice one. But Moosey, you can take us through this lap in challenging conditions.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Very challenging conditions indeed. He makes sure he picks that braking point. He's done that very, very well. And he's definitely not taking any limits with any of these white lines as he's trying to stay off as many of them as possible. Into 3, into 4. And he's coming around this nice, tight right-hander corner. It must be said, he's got quite a lot of grip out there by the look. So the soft compound tyre is definitely the way to go. That's the little kink that we mentioned just there. The DRS, it is wide open. So race control still enabling DRS at this point. I can't imagine to be a million miles away from being turned off as he throws it into the quick left and then the quick right and then quick left again of 8, 9 and 10 there. I'm fairly certain that is. And he's absolutely on the limit here. He's Mr. Fury Strat. Get as wide as he possibly can and tries to throw it into this very long right-hander that you could almost count as one turn, but it is in fact 2 and it is in fact 3 as he comes right around the long right-hander. This will be Darkness Abyss. Darkness Abyss is out, and I think he's taken Dino with him, has he?
Dino's still going, I believe, but trouble down there, and quite a strange location to do it out of Cine Corner. But mate, Fury Strat's coming out of the final corner now.
Coming around the final corner. And, mate, as the head of the queue, look at the conditions on track. Fury Strat may have just taken pole position with this lap. It is an astonishing 7 seconds slower than the fastest time in Q2. That shows you just how challenging conditions are.
There you go, absolute Milligains! Look at Milligains' lap time! That is fast! Nick Magoo, Donny in the McLarens, they go up into 4th and 5th. Here comes a Red Bull of Roscoe Arm. He goes up to 4th. And Stone! Living with the conditions up there in 2nd. That's a great lap from the lad. Here comes Tabbed, but he's invalidated it. But Darkness unfortunately had that invalidation, and as it's raining, it can often be getting the laps in early. Those are the ones that count. And there may have been the case of... Tabbed! Tabbed just spun it out of turn 2, but luckily there's a lot of runoff area down there at the exit of turn 2.
Very, very challenging conditions. As Dino actually aborted his lap, we did see he had it coming together with Darkness Abyss. So did he have a bit of damage, or is he just thinking better of the conditions out there? We will see. And we've had a raid from a party of 3 raiders. So split second.
Yes, we have.
Split second media. Welcome to you guys. We absolutely love having people raid us, as we love new viewers. This is the Oceania Series Racing League. This is Q3 in very treacherous conditions out there tonight. We welcome you guys. It is Milligains that currently holds the provisional pole position. As Dino's coming back out on another set of soft compound tyres. So not opting for the intermediates, mate, but conditions look treacherous.
Yes, they do. All these drivers, they can't find any more time. They are struggling. So Dino may have missed his one and only opportunity, as well as Tab. They're all peeling into the pit lane. But yes, split second media. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you streaming? Let us know in the chat, and welcome to your 3 viewers. We'll go back to on board with Tabbed, but he spun it again. But it is critical now, Moose, that he just sets a lap time so he stays ahead of Dino. Yeah,
that's exactly right, mate. And I've actually I've got to do it, mate. A big shout out to the Mrs. family. They are watching us. So we've hit the family in the stream tonight. Hello to Renee, Andy, Shelly, Sean. As well as all the other viewers we've got. I'm pretty sure we're up to somewhere in the 80s or the 90s of viewers tonight at the moment. And we're somewhere up around
Look at this Dino's He almost had a very impressive drift down there at Labose.
Didn't he?
Moose. That was looking like he was going to hold it. It was looking very impressive. But with the DRS has just been disabled, and that can almost flick a switch on this game where it goes from from dries to inters. And look at, it's definitely too wet for those slicks now, mate.
We're hearing from someone in the chat that DRS has been officially disabled, so that's normally the crossover for the intermediate tyre, so there will be no more dry tyre running. You wouldn't have thought, as Dino is very much struggling out there at the moment.
Yes, he is. We've got a couple out there on the inters, mate, so we did hear that there could be a bit of late rain as there was last night, Moose, and maybe they're thinking, well, there's a bit of rain now, we'll get a bit of practice in. Second media, very nice, mate. I hope it was a good race over there for you guys, and thank you for the follow as well. And Zame the Duck, we appreciate it as well. But I think that's going to be the lap times bested. It's only Tabbed and Dino who have anything to fight for at this point.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and they'll definitely jump ahead of Darkness Abyss here. Well, you would think that they would jump ahead of Darkness Abyss here, as Roscoe has retired from the session. That will be in the pit lane, so he's recognising that he won't go any quicker. And I'll tell you what, mate, in these conditions, I tend to agree with him.
Yeah, it's well, he's not going to lose any positions if he crashes or anything, but he knows he's not going to improve, so he might as well just go and relax for 5 minutes, get ready for the race, maybe take care of a few unpleasantries, grab a beer maybe, who knows. But Mr. Fury Strat here, getting a bit of wet practice in, just getting a feel for the conditions. And we stand by with the prediction, will one more driver DNF in the session? Some of those who voted yes will probably be praying, Moosey, that someone fails to finish the session. But 73% of the vote went to no. No, we don't. But 73% voted no. We won't have two DNFs.
I tell you what, on a technicality there, mate, is the question, will two drivers crash out, or is the question two drivers will retire? On a technicality.
Well, you could interpret it both ways, but it's a retirement in the pits, not a DNF. So that's how I'm going to look at it, at least.
That's it. Well, a hello there to No Bag, who has said g'day in the chat. Just a reminder for all of those out there, we do have half an eye on the chat. As Venti Gaming with a couple of subs as well. Don't forget to use the hashtag AskMoose or the hashtag AskDeezy for any of your questions at home. We do love interacting with our audience. As mate, I think we're up into the 140s. 140 subscriptions tonight so far.
Super sub!
Super sub!
Super sub Venti, thank you, brother, for the 2. We love the support. We know everyone doesn't have the big wallets of Whitey and Urban. And
Major Hayes! Major Hayes is in the chat, and Major Hayes is a bloke I work with, so the viewers are coming thick and fast, mate.
There we go, mate. We have got Major Hayes. He's giving him the salute. Salute to you, my friend. But yes, it's not about... we do love the support in any shape and form. Just being in the chat, letting us know how your day's going. We love to hear from all of you around the world, wherever you are. But Fury Strat, he's navigating these conditions quite nicely at the moment, Moose. He's not setting the timing boards alight, but he's not far off the softs. About 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you would only think that the only boys that are going to improve here are Tabbed and Dino. Unfortunately for the session, because we're having who's around? Someone's no, it's a retirement in the pit lane. So yeah, these boys realising that they're not going to improve by anything at all, really. So Tabbed and Dino will be the only two to improve, as they have not set a lap time yet, and Darkness Abyss, who hasn't set a lap time, has crashed out.
He has, mate. Degaursed with the gift sub for your friend Major Hayes. And Major Hayes is, as Dunder has just put in the chat, have you got any embarrassing stories of Moose you could drop into the chat for us? We'd love to hear them. And a couple of follows as well. No Bag, Krimacha, thank you.
Donnie
guys,
with another gifted
baby.
sub as well. Oh! Absolute goes bang!
We're going off, Moose. I'm jumping off in my chair. Donnie with another one. Absolute with 5. Lads, stop. This is ridiculous. And
dear.
we're well over 130, 40, 50. Who knows at this point?
I think if someone can tell us that's a little bit higher up in the OSRL, tell us how many subs we're up to tonight, mate. I think we're close to 150.
Ridiculous.
That is
Insane.
a serious amount of money that our fan base has spent tonight on the league.
Yes, we only get the total at the end of the night, Moose. So we'll get that out. But this is ridiculous. Tabbed manages to pip Dino. We've hit 000, and Tabbed pits Dino to 8th position. Darkness drops down to 10th. But this is ridiculous. It's raining more off the track than it is on the track. You're absolutely right, Donnie.
That's exactly
right,
Donnie.
It is raining subs. It is raining subs here. It's a great night to be on the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, I think everyone in the chat's got a sub now. If you're in the chat without a sub, just stick your hand up, and one of the boys will look after you.
Someone will look after you.
Someone will get you a sub right quickly.
Oh, Whitey in the chat, what have I missed? Mate, you've missed about 150 subs, some of which have come from you, Whitey. So we're over 150 subs tonight, I would have thought.
We've got even more coming in.
Yes, we do.
Reese, thank you for the 1 gift sub, my friend. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Reese is always in the chat every night. He's a big supporter of everyone here. And we're hearing from Ferno, he doesn't have a sub. Someone look after him.
We're hearing... No.
Look how wet it is now, Moose.
It's proper wet,
It is very wet on board with Tabbed. He's trying to improve, but he's not going to get it done.
It would be borderline full wets at the moment, I would have thought. As De Gurst has given Furno that sub, so all you had to do there was put your hand up, fella, and someone has gone Yang. And
how has Nick Magoo not ended up with a sub out of this? Poor Nick Magoo. He's been around since season 1. Oh, there you go. Donnie's looked after his teammate. The teammate down at McLaren getting it done. Legend. Absolute legend. But
I'll tell you
it's
what.
almost time for lights out. Millie Games, as we covered, had pole position from M-Stone and a class of their own above Absolute and Mr. Fury Strat. But we'll be back on the grid for the race, Moosey. We'll go through the grid then. But it's time for the intro. What
fuck
the fuck?
Me, man. What the fuck? Shaq reckons we're only at 118. We're miles ahead of that.
I think we're about 130. I don't know. We don't have a solid figure.
I reckon we're up over 150.
We're getting close to it.
That's
Definitely.
an insane amount of money, man.
Ridiculous.
We said it was going to go off.
Mate, I called it. I made it happen. I pressured them all.
Major Hayes is gone. Ed, is there any tips for getting Moose off TikTok? Fuck you, cunt. Fuck you. Oh, fucking hell. How's my bloody family in here?
No idea, mate. Make sure I get the right one.
Oh. Holy crap. When you're ready, mate.
Here, the builders are viewing. Their viewers are building, mate. We're up to 90. Alrighty, it's formation lap time. We're underway. Moosey, take us through tonight's grid.
Absolutely, mate. We'll do that. So we have quite a few drivers on the soft compound tyres in the top 10 at the moment. We will run through the grid. We have on pole position Milligains, who was the best of the wet weather running in that Q3 session. He'll be joined alongside M Stone. Very good qualifying result for him. He'll line up P2. Absolute in P3, really showing his pace on his after being promoted into this tier 2 competition from tier 3. Mr. Fury Strat P4, Roscoe in P5. Nick Magoo and OSRL Donny, very good qualifying result for McLaren. They're in some serious need of some serious points, so good effort from them. Tabdul lineup P8, Dino 420 fam P9, Darkness Abyss P10, pardon me. Johnny M4 in P11 there. Brad Tate and Crazy Kiwi, the two Mercedes have gone for the hard compound tyres, so they'll look to go a long way into this race in P12 and P13. The Stig P14, Flourish Expire P15, Jay Kelly P16, Blue Dog P17, and the three gentlemen serving qualifying bans, Kraken, Suicide 5, and Nat Hammer will line up 18th, 19th, and 20th, DZ.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So, a very good spread of tyre strategies. It's almost even between the softs, the mediums, and the hards. What do we got? We got 6 on the hards. We got 7 on the softs and 7 on the mediums. So a very, very good split, Moose. This is going to be a very good strategy tale. And those on the hards are really going to be hoping that there's not really any safety cars early on, because that's going to ruin it for them.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. And we're just coming through onto the start-finish straight now. As it must be said, Nat Hammer is a long way back, so Milligains might be sat on the grid for quite some time, mate.
They're coming out of the final corner, so it's not too bad here. Obviously, unlike real life, the tyre temperatures are preserved here once the AI takes over, so no biggie. But it's almost time for lights out, and I think it's my turn to call it tonight. You had it last night. So, we'll get a nice little view here. As we're just awaiting the lights to come on here in France. But everyone, welcome in. It's Tier 2 OSRL action, and we're about to get underway for round 6 here at France. Tier 2, the lights are coming on. 3, 4, 5 lights. And let's go racing here in Spa, France. And what a start from Milligains. One of the McLarens got a very good start. Look at the Ferrari of Dino. But side by side into turn 1, the AlphaTauri and the Williams. Fury tucked them behind. They're 3 wide. They're 4, they're 5, they're 6 wide in the back. They're all jockeying for position.
Look at that.
It's an absolute arm wrestle. But it's all clean at the moment, mate. They've navigated that very, very well. The Ferrari of Dino's on a very good start here on that soft compound tyre. And they're still side by side in the background, mate. The Red Bulls with the Aston Martin. It's very, very tight here. But here comes the slipstream for Nick Magoo on Dino 420 fam.
Jay Kelly, mate. Jay Kelly's around and he's missing a front wing.
Yes, he is. Down in the background, the two McLarens go side by side into turn number 8. One of them's
around. Roscoe's around, mate.
Roscoe's around in the background.
He's copped a tap from someone and he's gone around and there's a lot of sparks flying in darkness.
Who is this flying in the Nat Hammer's up 8 positions on those softs. He's flying here on the opening lap. He's looking up the inside of one of the Mercedes, who's looking up the inside of one of the Williams. It's flying here on lap 1. And what's the battles? We are seeing an absolutely god lap 1. Battles everywhere.
Well, mate, they are loving this side-by-side action. There are battles aplenty, as we're seeing. I think that's Roscoe once again around. That is correct. So him and Jay Kelly have had their fair share of incidents after that lap 1. The two McLarens got a very, very nice getaway indeed, and they're currently P6, P7. They were fighting each other very hard, but very fair also. Great start from them. Someone else that had a great start was Dino 420 fam. He's up 4 positions. On the soft compound tyre. So for lap 1, he's made those softs work very, very nicely indeed. A little bit further down, we see the two hash drivers of Kraken and Nat Hammer. They're up 6th and 7th positions respectively. So a lot of drivers getting some very nice starts in this race.
Yes, they are. It's action aplenty. And that's what you expect with all these different tyres for all the cars. Darkness Abyss, he's making the move on Flourish Expire. Darkness didn't get a very good start, down 4 positions. There's some big winners, some big losers. Roscoe Arm and Jay Kelly are the biggest of the losers. And here comes Flourish. He's
Oh,
right up the back of Darkness.
looking to make a move on Nick Magoo. Sorry to cut you off there, mate. Tab is looking to go up the inside of Nick Magoo, but Nick Magoo will have the inside line into the next corner. But Tab go around the outside, and Johnny M4 is looking to get in on this action as well. He's just a little bit too far back, but mate, Tab has got past Nick Magoo.
Who was that peeling off into the pit lane? I think it was Donny. Yes, it was in the McLaren. As he got damage. I think he might, Moosey, if you want to jump on board with him in the pit lane, see if he's getting a front wing change. But the positions are continuing to change plenty here. It's a great little battle here for 6th position. Tab, Nick Magoo, Johnny
No front wing change for OSRL Donny.
Interesting.
So, front wing change.
That's a different strategy for the man there in the orange papaya McLaren. So, trying something different. He was on that soft compound tyre, so we'll see how it works out for him.
Yeah, he'll be a big winner if the safety car does suddenly come out, as he's gone to a brand new set of the hard compound tyre. So too Roscoe, VSR Roscoe, and Jay Kelly is a little bit further back on a brand new set of medium compound tyres.
Oh, Johnny M4 making the move on Nick Magoo down the Mistral straight. The DRS is now active, mate. It's lap 3. But look at Johnny M4, he's almost burnt the entire battery. He's squeezing every bit of juice out of it. And he's on the prowl again, and
Flourish
expires out. Oh, safety car! And into the back of Tab goes Johnny M4.
It's only a VSC though, mate. And
VSC.
Tab, Johnny M4 has got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Tabbed.
Yeah, he went up the back of him as the safety car came out. Tabbed looked to get the Delta under control.
I'm just about to see what has happened to Flourish expire, as I'm on board with Roscoe. And it looks like he's just on the exit there of turn number 10.
Yeah, he's missing that front left tyre. The front left tyre was off the car, mate. And I really thought we would have seen some of these drivers come into the pit lane who are on the softs, getting a free pit stop. We do have a couple in. Johnny M4 and Nat Hammer. Johnny M4 might have a bit of wing damage. And Nat Hammer, he was on the soft. But we're back underway.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And it is well and truly all to play for here. As your top 3 currently are Miller Gaines, M Stone, and Absolute 97. But it is all to play for, as especially Dino is within 3/10 of... Oh, Dino's around and he's out!
Dino's lost it! And that surely has to be a safety car.
That has to be a safety car.
It's not a safety car at the moment, Moose. Incredibly. He's right on the racing line.
He's well on the racing line.
Well, we said it earlier, turn 7, Moose. He catches another one tonight. It's deadly down there.
I'll tell you what, the reason it won't be a safety car is he's off the racing line well and truly. He's actually binned it. Well, not binned it. He's crashed it in a very convenient spot, as that car has already been removed by the marshals.
Nice job by the marshals here in France, but that was a big one, Moose, and I was on board for it.
I was on board with it as well, mate. And he, like we said, he just clipped the exit curb of turn number 7, and it's caught another driver. We saw, I think it was 4, maybe 5 drivers last night DNFing at that turn number 7. So that's the killer out there, and it is the silent assassin.
I'll tell you who's looking very good here, mate. Mr. Fury Stride. He's on the back of the front 3, and he's on that medium compound, mate. So he'll be able to go longer into this race and extend to do less laps on those hards, which are not exactly the best race tyre here. They're not bad, like they are at other circuits, like Canada last week. But they're not the fastest of race tyres.
Yeah,
and here comes M Stone on Milligains, looking to get the job done, and just backs off slyly.
Too far back, isn't he?
Yeah, just decided to hold station for another attempt. Thought better of setting it up the inside, and we're only on lap 5, so a wise course of action from M Stone there. But look at this train; it's the second and a half, the top 4. Tabbed is in a bit of a word of his own, and then it's Nick Magoo and the Stig. They're fighting for 6th position. And it's a bit more spaced out towards the back.
Yeah, that that it definitely is, mate. The battle is definitely up the front at the moment. as the top 4 in this race are all within 1.2 seconds of each other. That is the gap between the top 4 drivers at the moment. 1.4 seconds. I do apologise. I am wrong. So, mate, it is absolutely crazy just how close it is with these top 4 drivers.
Yeah, definitely. And I think around lap 6 now, those softs, they will not be the fastest tyre. Fury will be on the best tyres of the lot now, and he's going to be flying. And we expect to see these guys in the next couple of laps, I suspect. Moosey, those soft Comtime tyres, around lap 9 you can push them to, but no further. So they'll be in either for mediums to do a 2-stop, or probably the hards to make this a 1-stop race.
Yeah, absolutely.
And LH44, hello to you, my friend.
I think with the couple of VSCs, especially that we've had so far, I think they'll opt for that medium tyre for the second stint, as we're seeing Johnny M4 set the fastest lap of the race currently. I think the medium tyre will be the way that they lean, mate. It is a very nice race tyre. It can get between 13 to 15 laps out of it, but we did see more out of that tyre from a couple of the boys last night in the middle of that race, in the middle part of the race.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And we saw those hards can go a very long way. Fury Strat got the job done on absolute up into 3rd position, and now sets off after M-Stone. And the problem for one of these AlphaTauris is they can't box on the same lap, or else they're going to lose time. So one of them is going to have to either go in early or go in late.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. And we have seen that the double stack has worked in the past, but they are they're that close to each other that I can't see it working at the moment.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We'll stick with this battle up the front because obviously it's for the lead of the race. It's got the most juice of the fruits. But Fury, he's looking very, very fast now.
It's very even here on ERS as well. Of course, the energy recovery system. We're seeing Lewis Hamilton in the chat, are we?
Yeah, Team LH44. Hello to you, my friend. But Zent20, Alfie, and infamous SMG. Thanks for the follows. This is a PlayStation League, my friend. We are PlayStation exclusively at this point of time. And again, Emso not able to get it done on lap 7. So continues to hold position, Moose.
Yeah, exactly. And out front, Milligains is very much keeping these 4 gentlemen at bay. It's just an absolute thrill watching our championship leader just do enough at the front of the pack, and he's actually got pretty much double the amount of ERS that everyone else has got around him. So he's just managing things very nicely, and with the fresh air out in front of him, he'll be looking after those tyres a little bit too. But he's definitely got some pressure from behind.
Again, staying out all 4 of them, so they continue to start lap 8 in just a second. But it's almost a second covering these 4, and Tabbed is slowly wheeling them in on that medium compound tyre. Yeah,
the mediums will start to come into their own now, as Tabbed has got past Absolute at some point. Last time I looked, Absolute was ahead of him. So, but the gap, the gap's a couple of tenths. Yeah, he's right on the back of M-Stone, and I don't think M-Stone will be able to do a whole lot about this come the straight.
Well, he's got DRS off front, and M-Stone, he's got good speed, so Fury's in a bit of a precarious position in that it's more difficult to overtake as the car in front has the same advantages he does.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. I'm just going to chuck me mic on mute for a sec while I get this frog out of my throat.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. So we continue to ride with Fury Strat, and just look at the speed M-Stone has with the DRS, just keeping him safe from Fury Strat behind. But those softs will be ever wearing, and the lap times will be getting slower and slower. But Milligains, as we've touched on, Moose, he's controlling this beautifully.
Yeah, that he is, mate. And we're just seeing, from one of the higher ups that we're currently sitting at 549 followers for the OSRL. So everyone in the chat, give your grandma a call your distant cousin. Get him around, mate, because this is the Oceania Racing League, and we are headed to some pretty big places. Someone's run very wide there, as M-Stone's in the pits.
He's going for the undercut, Moosey, and this might be his best chance to get past, but this is going to release Fury now. as he has only got one car in front of him. Tystar, hello to you, my friend.
Hello, Tystar.
And we welcome everyone into the chat. We're having one hell of a night here tonight, Moosey. We've had at least 125 subs tonight, which is just ridiculous.
It is.
A handful of follows as well. The support, as always, is insane here, as Darkness picks up a penalty there, down in 9th position. But M-Stone coming out of the pit lane, he's come out in a nice bit of fresh air to push into. He's got about 6 seconds to the car in front. This could very well work for him. But Fury Strat trying to make the move on Milligains. He's gaining. He goes alongside to the outside line.
He's done enough.
Very late.
Move done from Mr. Fury Strat, if you do not mind. But Milligains might have a run back on him here, as Milligains maybe just not having enough in those tyres. But he'll get a nice little toe down that back straight off Mr. Fury Strat. So if he is going to respond to the driver back there, I think it was, correct me who
M-Stone.
it was. M-Stone. If he is going to reply and pit this lap to cover off M-Stone, that toe has done him a world of favours.
So that's Tab's got the job done on Absolute.
There's,
and here we go,
Milligains. Jacob Sando has gifted a Tier 1 sub to Tystar. Thank you for that. We are well and truly up on subs tonight.
Yes, we are. Critically, Tabs just snuck into the DRS of Fury Strat in front, so he's making impressive inroads. We'll bring up the position changes. He's up 6 positions. Kraken, he's up 14 on that hard compound tire, as the order's just shuffling around, as we've got a lot of drivers in the pit lane. Well, not a lot, but a few. And Milligains will ride on board. Where is M-Stone? He's just coming down the straight now. They're going to be very close, but M-Stone's going to get it done.
Undercut has worked, mate. It has worked a treat, as the gap is about 7 or 8 tenths. And M-Stone was about 5 tenths behind Milligains. So undercut, very powerful.
Yes, he's got the job done. We go back to Tab to the front. He's right on the back of Fury now. The DRS showing its power. But Tab, he's a very quick driver. He was out of position in qualifying.
The Stig and Kraken. Contact between the two lads. Only a little bit of contact, but the Stig and Kraken went side by side into turn 8. And the Kraken just getting enough of the goods there.
Look at Nick Magoo lurking just behind these two. They're very, very close together. The danger is ever imminent, but Kraken holding on to the position for now. But this is spicing right up here. Yeah,
and Nick Magoo right on the back of these two now. He's all over the back, in fact, of the Stig. We did mention that the McLaren boys, they needed some strong results this weekend, and they had a really nice race.
For the lead, Moose tabbed on the inside at turn 1, moves past Fury.
That he does, mate. And
he's
Absolute
flying
is
in that
the pits
Aston
as well.
Yes, he is. We'll see how much he's lost out to the likes of M-Stone, who's on that medium compound tyre.
They've already gone past him.
Going past, here he goes, Milligains takes it back! Both of these guys, they're on the mediums, mate. Absolute, he's on the hard compound, so differing strategies. These two will have the pace initially, but later on, Absolute, those hards will come back to him. But these two are fighting very hard at the front, just as M-Stone and Absolute as well.
Oh, Nick Magoo having a little look at the Stig. So Nick Magoo and the Stig are going to have a very nice little battle here, as it just looks like Kraken has gone off into the distance a little bit. Perhaps the medium compound tyre is just starting to go off a little bit. But very much pressure stations here for the Stig at the moment, as the Stig actually almost has 0 ERS left. Gets a little bit twitchy there, which closes Nick Magoo up even more. So there's only about 2 tenths between these two drivers at the moment. And I think this could only be a matter of time for Nick Magoo.
Yeah, definitely. He's looking very dangerous. But yeah, I think at this point, those 10-lap-old mediums versus 10-lap-old hards, the hards are probably the better tyre to be on. And
Nick
into the
Magoo's
pit comes Nick Magoo, going for the undercut on Stig. So Kraken gets promoted to 3rd place. And Milligains and M-Stone, they're still running a line of stern down there in P11 and 12. But we know that's for the net lead of the race at this point.
Yeah, that it is, mate. I've just whipped across to the penalties for our viewers at home. We have Tabbed F1 with 3 seconds worth of pens, Nat Hammer with 3 seconds, Darkness Abyss with 3 seconds, and Jay Kelly with a 5-second penalty at the moment. I'm assuming that's for contact with someone at some point.
I think you're right there. But here comes Milligains and M-Stone. They're just coming up to the back of Suicide 5 in the Alpine. And I think Milligains is going to have the DRS this time around. And he does, so that's going to protect him. And Grid Jokes, thank you for the follow. And Angus, thank you as well for the follow. That's 550, baby.
550 followers, baby.
We are flying here. And so are these drivers out on track, Moose. Milligains and M-Stone are looking to push hard to get out in front of Tabbed and Fury once they make their pit stops.
Yeah,
and Krakow, thank you.
It's
appreciate the follow as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I could not agree with you more. And we've proved over the last few weeks that we are an international viewer base. We do have quite a lot of viewers from all over the world. I think we've got a couple of guys in here from the UK tonight. So welcome to you guys and good morning. You are seeing absolutely one heck of a race as Milligains is lining up Suicide 5 here. ERS fully deployed on that AlphaTauri, and it is effortless. There
is M-Stone going to follow
through? M-Stone as well! And,
we saw something similar last night, Moose, and we've seen it again!
Suicide 5 has lost 2 positions in the space of that straight. And, yeah, we are seeing just confirmation of a few UK guys in the chat. So welcome to you guys. But, mate, we've reached the UK, we've reached the US, we've reached Germany. Where else have we reached that I haven't touched on?
We've reached Ghana in Africa,
Ghana,
mate.
West Africa.
We're reaching it. We're reaching everywhere.
The USA, we're seeing in the chat that it is 3:48 a.m. I don't know if you're a late starter, if you're an early starter or a late finisher, but either good morning or good night, whichever way it is. We're seeing Croatia in the chat. We have gone global, mate. And all of our global viewers and all of our Australian viewers, you guys are seeing an absolutely amazing race. This is the Oceania Series Racing League. This is Tier 2. Of course, we have Tier 3 on a Tuesday night. And Tier 1, the Pinnacle, coming to you on a Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. Those looking to join, we are only taking Australia and New Zealand drivers, unfortunately for some of you viewers at home, but the lag difference is a lot better for the Australian and New Zealand drivers. So it's an absolute pleasure to have 550 followers on board.
Yeah, you are right on the head there, mate. Look at this little battle shaping up for 13th place between Nat Hammer, Darkness Abyss, and Vesa Roscom. Here comes Darkness. He's going down the inside and takes the position comfortably under the DRS.
Mate, I'm a little bit further up the grid. I'm watching M-Stone absolutely line Milligains up here for what will be the net lead of the race.
You're right, mate. Tabs just has come out a few seconds behind, but we've seen M-Stone struggle to get past him down this straight. I don't know if he's just conserving a bit or if he's trying his best, but M-Stone's still following nicely in behind Milligains. And they're closing in on the back of the Ferrari. And, Forever Shaq with another sub.
For One Slick Movo. I would have thought One Slick Movo would have had a sub. But he's got one now. I'm not quite sure he's in Poland either. We're seeing my workmate, he reckons he's tuning in from Stanford in Gloucestershire. I understand that reference. He's a big Hot Fuzz fan. Don't know if you've seen that movie, mate. But if you have, you'll understand the reference of Sea Mine.
I think I have to put it on the list, Moosey. I have to put it on the list.
It is, you'd be doing yourself a favour, mate. It is a movie of nothing but one-liners.
Alrighty, mate. I'll put it on the list. But look at this. Here comes Blue Dog on the Mercedes and Bradtay into turn 1. Just under brakes. Bradtay's holding on. But look at these two further back. Milligains and M-Stone hunting them down.
There from Milligains. Exit there from Milligains. And Blue Dog tried to push him, but Milliganes was having none of it, and he's made that move happen, and that's a great move on the Ferrari there.
Yes, it was a great move, and now M-Stone needs to get it done now. But look at the exit he got off of turn 6 and through 7 onto the Mistral Straight. He's flying. He's got to get past now to hang on with Milliganes.
M-Stone has, he will get past. He'll have the inside line, and oh, jeez, that
he
is
picked
great
up a penalty.
racing. That's
He
great
picked up a
racing, but
penalty.
he's just taken too much liberties with the curb. But Milliganes is getting past Brad Tay here, and that is move done. Milliganes back up into 4th position.
Milliganes is flying. He's passing this traffic like a hot knife in butter, Moose. Just carving his way through the field. And there's a Red Bull off in the second sector, mate. I think it's Johnny M4.
Correct, Armundo. And he has avoided any damage, so he's obviously just had a incident there at turn 7 has struck again.
M-Stone could potentially lose Milliganes here if he's not able to get past Brad Tay. He's on the power, he's on the DRS, he's on the ARS, and he's passing him. Cracking into the pit lanes off of those hard tyres. M-Stone makes the move, and he's got to push a little bit to make sure he stays within that DRS zone, Moose. But he runs wide at turn 2. He's probably picked up another warning there, and that's not what he needs. He's already sporting a 3-second penalty. And look at Fury Strat continuing out in the lead. I can definitely say he'll be extending to the soft compound tyre for the final stint.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just seeing from Bozza in the chat that some people saying that his grave is still in that turn at turn 7. And after last night's effort, I think there's quite a few graves in the wall at that turn 7. There's a little bit further back. Who is that making a move? That is Blue Dog and Tabbed. Just having a little battle there for what is P6, P7, and a little bit further back.
Oh, Blue Dog's got to run on him! Oh no, it's just Tabbed lagging. It's just Tabbed lagging. Looks like he was going to get a run on him out of the chicane. But Tabbs gets past Blue Dog, and he's setting off after the 2 in front. And those tyres will come to him. Those mediums for the 2 in front will go off towards the end of the race, and those hards will stay ever consistent. And Fury's into the box.
I'll tell you who's in a great position here, and that is Kraken. He's done enough hard work on that hard compound tyre that he's gone straight onto a brand new set of the medium compound tyres. And he currently is P10 in this race, and he's going to have an absolute field day getting to the checkered flag.
Yeah, so we'll see how much Fury has lost out. He will have lost out going long, but he's going to have such good pace, especially initially on that soft. Here comes Tabbed up the inside of Brad Tay into turn 1. Very nice move there from the man in the Aston Martin.
Mr. Fury Strats put the soft compound tyre on, so it's a ballsy move, but I think with the weight coming down in the car from the fuel just running out throughout the course of this race, I think it might just get him home.
He will get home from there, but he's done the hard work on the mediums, but you see he has lost out to Milliganes and M-Stone. He was right with them before, and he's probably about 5 seconds off the back of him now, so he's going to have to push ever hard to get back up to them. Crazy Kiwi, he might be doing the same thing. He's out on the hard, 16 laps. We expect to see him in shortly for some soft compound tyres.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And worth mentioning that we have only lost 2 drivers in this race so far, being Dino 420 Fam and Flourish Expire. As we're seeing someone else is around.
Who's that?
That's
Nat Hammer's around
Nat Hammer.
with Roscoe Arm. Both of them went around there at the turn 8-9 chicane, halfway down the Mistral Straight.
That they did,
was
mate.
Darkness Abyss involved in that? I'm not quite sure.
No.
Mystique could have been involved in that. In the Williams, they were running closely together, and moves at the front. Into the pit lane comes Brad Tay. Promotes M-Stone and Tabbed.
I'll tell you what, mate. If there's a safety car right now, Crazy Kiwi's pulled an absolute masterstroke. As he would come out only in say P8 or P9 and have very fresh tyres.
We're yet to see the full safety car here, Moose, so very, very clean racing on the most part here. But look at Tab, those hards are coming to him, mate. He's closed up to the back of the 2 in front, but they're closing up on the Crazy Kiwi as well. But M-Stone, he's trying his best, but Milliganes has DRS once again. Milliganes is just catching them right at the right time this evening.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that Tabbed and M-Stone, they both have penalties in this race. They're only 3 seconds at the moment, but we've seen in previous races, mate, that penalties can play the part in deciding a race.
Yes, they can. They sure can. It almost decided things last week out in Canada.
Didn't it?
But it went to VSR Roscom. He's currently down in 16, so that's how quickly things can change for you here in OSRL. Anyone's in with a chance, as we saw last night, Moose, for T3.
Oh, didn't we? We saw one of the... was it a Mercedes last night or a Haas? It might have been a Haas driver last night that took those hard compound tyres. I think it was 19 laps in the end.
It was the Mercedes of Dirty Orange.
Oh, there you go. I had a 50-50 shot and I mucked it up. Crazy Kiwi is into the pits. But yeah, he came in, read the weather conditions absolutely perfectly, changed onto the intermediate tyres. And he did take a very, very nice win indeed last night.
Yes, Fury sets the fastest lap. He's on that soft. He's chasing them down. But he's got Blue Dog in the way, and he needs to get past him quickly, Moose. He's been out there on for 18 laps, Blue Dog, on that hard compound tyre. And they're not going to be feeling the best at this point.
No,
and
not
he runs
at all.
wide. Fury slips up the inside. Gets the job done, but he's not going to get DRS now, which might hamper him a little bit, cost him a couple tenths. And at the end of the day, that could be the difference between a podium, a win, who knows?
I'll tell you what, Blue Dog coming back at him though. And Blue Dog with the DRS. So Blue Dog not getting the job done, but he was definitely gaining.
He's fighting. Kraken, we touched on him just before, Moose. He's flying on that fresh set of mediums. He's chasing down Absolute, and he's got a good slipstream. But we'll go back to Tabbed at the front. He's right on the back of M-Stone now.
Yeah, absolutely he is. And we'll just touch on how the point system works here for our new viewers. Top 15 are awarded points in the Oceania Series Racing League. And correct me if I'm wrong, mate, but the fastest lap is available for any driver that finishes.
Yeah, correct, mate.
The fastest lap will earn you 1 championship point.
That is correct. And another reminder, get your vote in for Driver of the Day.
Yes.
It works on an honesty system. We ask everyone to vote only once. As it's not fair if you're voting multiple times, but we trust you guys to make the right decision. As we trust these guys to put on a show every week. As Blue Dog comes into the pits, it's a soft compound tyre. So interesting decision there. But look at Tabbed, he's pushing M-Stone.
Yeah, that he is, and he's just so much faster on those hard compound tyres. And those hards have really come to him. But Fury strapped behind. He's on brand new-ish.
Oh, can Tabbed get it done? No. See, the problem is M-Stone's got the DRS off Milliganes in front.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Although Tabbed's faster, you can see how much faster he is.
And Milliganes...
He just can't get it done.
Just touching on Milliganes has got about 40% extra ERS available to him. So he's got enough to defend that position down that straight as well, even though he doesn't have DRS available to him.
Yeah, that's right, mate. But Milliganes definitely has a pace advantage over M-Stone, as he's been able to keep him behind all race. And that's what we expect to see from the championship leader, but Tabbed might have to get a bit creative here. And speaking of, he goes up the inside, and
M-Stone's in the pits.
M-Stone's coming into the pit lane. He thinks he can't get those mediums to the end. I disagree. But that releases Tabbed, and he's now with a very, very good opportunity to win this one. But he has got that 3-second penalty.
Yes, he does, and he'll have to keep that in mind as he's well and truly on the charge here. I've just swallowed a bug. Give me a minute.
That's all right, mate. Fury Strut, he is closing these two down. But those soft tyres are going to be running... running out in the next couple of laps, so he needs to get on with it. But here comes Tabbed with his first real opportunity at Milliganes, not electing to use the ERS. He knows he's got the pace advantage. Now he can afford to charge that ERS for the next couple of laps, Moosey.
Yeah, that's exactly right there, mate. And he does have a serious pace advantage. But as we've mentioned, Milliganes, he just has a lot more ERS that he's able to defend with.
Crazy Kiwi, he's out there on the softs at the moment, chasing down the two McLarens in front. Both of them, they're on relatively old hard compound tyres. Whereas Crazy Kiwi's on a fresh set of the soft smoothie. And he's got some good pace. And we saw a yellow flag there for one of the Red
Jay
Bulls
Kelly out.
In the pit lane for Jay Kelly. He's had enough.
So he had an incident fairly early on in this race, and he hasn't recovered. So he's decided to not take any further part in this race. We are seeing a yellow flag in Sector 3.
Here comes Tabs!
Tabs goes through!
Milligates doesn't make it easy. He fights him around the outside, but Tabs sneaks up the inside. But Milligates is fighting back down towards turn number 4. Is he going to try and outbrake him? No! So Tabs gets it done, but he's got to get out of the 3-second range.
A little bit further down as well, mate. Crazy Kiwi's got past OSRL Donny on those 19-lap old hard compound tyres versus 3-lap old soft compound tyres. That is no contest at all.
So Tabs holding on, but he's got 2% ERS. He's used it all to get past Milligains. And Milligains is there with 40%, so he just has to hold station now. And who's that retiring in the pit lane? It is Roscoe Arms. So last week's race winner is out. He was not exactly having the best of it tonight. So unfortunate, Roscoe. Hopefully we'll see you back at the top next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Milligains has definitely not let this go by any stretch of the imagination. He's kept that gap at about 0.4 of a second. And
here comes Crazy Kiwi on the inside of Cino corner. Very, very nice move done. Yes, what's going on with Tab's connection? He's lagging a little bit on my screen. I'm not sure if it's the same for you, Moose.
Yeah, definitely the same for me, mate. And I don't know if that's a connection issue for him. But he'll want to hope that he doesn't have a connection issue at the moment, as he's definitely not got that 3-second gap that he needs at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. And Fury Strut, he's closing in. He is closing in, but he's got to do it a little bit faster, because he needs to get past Milligains if he wants to win this race.
Oh, we're hearing from Don Under. Is that Don?
No, that's it's not me, it's you.
Oh, well, we're hearing that Moosey might need a zinger, and mate, if you're buying, I'll have a zinger every day of the week. So
that's it, mate.
Zing on, boys.
Yeah, that's right. Is F1 2021 a good game? I think so, Moose. I'm having a lot of fun on this year's game.
It's so much better than previous games, because it improves you as a driver.
That's right. It's a bit more difficult, but it's definitely an improvement over last year's games. They've just a few issues that they need to iron out. And the new tracks, rumours is Portimao's may be coming as soon as next week, Moosey, and wouldn't that be huge?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. As M-Stone's got past Nick Magoo as well, down the back straight there. So the two McLaren boys, they're going backwards the last couple of laps. But all in all, they're having a very nice race here. We did mention a few times tonight that they need some big points, and well, mate, there's definitely some points coming home to McLaren tonight at this point in time.
Yeah, they need those points desperately, but unfortunately they just weren't quite on the right strategy, so they're not going to maximise, but any points is better than no points. At the front, Fury Strut still 2.3 behind. It hasn't really changed since last lap. And that DRS that's dragging Milligains along is keeping him safe from Fury.
Yeah, quite a big lag, quite a few times now from Tab Def 1. Not sure if that's just hampering Milligains' pace, because Milligains is definitely hanging with him at the moment. So not sure if he's just erring on the side of caution there, or whether he's just deciding to keep that 3-second gap that he does have to play with to win this race.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't need to win it on track. He will win it on pens at this moment.
We're seeing a question in the chat, and we haven't had a hashtag Ask Moosey or a hashtag Ask Deezy tonight. Get your questions into us. What is the black and white flag? That is the penalties that the drivers have accumulated throughout the race. So we got Tabs, who's leading the race. But he does have that 3-second penalty. A little bit further down, Kraken with 3 seconds. M Stone with 3 seconds. Blue Dog 3 seconds. Darkness Abyss with 6 seconds. Nat Hammer with 3 seconds. And Johnny M4 with 6 seconds himself. So they're your
Moose,
penalties
mate,
as it stands.
The sun is gone. The clouds are here. Will we see rain?
Oh.
It's probably a little bit too late to go to Inters if it starts raining, but it could just throw in that extra little bit of spice here in the remaining 3 laps.
I'll tell you what, mate, I've just had the missus, she's doing the dishes and she's asked, where's the hashtag Ask Mrs. Moose? We had the wine question for her last week and we got nothing for her this week.
Get your question in for Mrs. Moose.
Yeah, hashtag Ask Mrs. Moose. We need some sort of question from the lads here tonight. Don't forget to get your votes in for Driver of the Day. The Nightbot has brought up the forms. We do ask that everyone only votes once. We did have a driver a few weeks ago with 75 votes. It's definitely something that we pride ourselves on. Is we give you guys, the viewers, the opportunity to vote for whoever you think is Driver of the Day. And we're just seeing from Flourish Expire that that's not working, mate.
It's working on my end, so I'm not sure quite what he's seeing on his end.
I can't ask that hashtag Mrs. Moose.
We can't ask that one, mate.
I can't ask that one.
That's a bit too much.
That's quite domestic.
We'll give him a little bit of time out for that.
Oh dear.
In the naughty corner.
That's naughty.
He's in the naughty corner, Moosey.
Especially when my wife is 9.5 months pregnant. Shame on you!
We've got one in. We've got a good one. We've got one from Bozza.
We do have one. Come here. We've got a hashtag. Will we hear Mrs. Moose in the box 1 lap 1 week? Honey, come over here. Say hello to the viewers at home.
We'll get a hello from Mrs. Moose as we watch M Stone hunting the back of Crazy Kiwi. 2 laps to go.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Hello, Mrs. Moose.
Oh, that's Mrs. Moose. She's just said hello. So that's as much as you blokes get. The rest of it's a little bit more M-rated here at the Moose household. So no one else can have any more.
Well, we won't get into any more details about that, but there you go, Mrs. Moose on the mic.
Mate, we've got only a lap and a half left here. What has happened to this race?
We haven't had a safety car, Moose, and when we don't, time just flies by. But look at this from M Stone and Crazy Kiwi. Can he sneak up the inside? They're both on that soft compound tyre. But M Stone, is he going to find a place to go past?
Oh. He's trying his hardest, mate, but it does look very miserable out there. So I think without the safety cars coming, it has saved these boys from what we had last night, which was a late rain in the race.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, he's going to get past him down the main straight with a good old-fashioned drag race. It wasn't that much of a drag race. He sailed past him as he might lose that position on penalty, though, as we are in the final lap of this race. And speaking of penalties, mate, Tab Def 1 hasn't got that 3 seconds out in front of him.
He hasn't been able to break the DRS, which has just kept Milliganes in the fight. But those tyres are going to be very old and very worn, and you never know, a puncture could come on late. We wait and see. Half a lap to go here on lap 27, and I think I've seen spots of rain. Yes, it is raining here.
It is raining.
It is raining. Could that throw up one more challenge for the drivers tonight? Kraken, he slipped past Fury Strat for third, but he's carrying a penalty, so that should change back at the flag. We wait and see.
Yellow in sector 1 as Johnny M4 is facing the wrong way.
Blue Dog going past the Mercedes of Brad Say, but we still stay on board with Tabbed at the front. He's come from 9th on the grid. He had a challenge in qualifying, but he's made up for it here in the race. Tabbed comes out of the final corner. He's not going to win, but he's going to get second. It's going to be Milliganes to win once again here for Tier 2. He wins in France. Kraken crosses the line in third. That's going to go to Mr.
His
Fury
championship lead.
Yes, he does. Absolute. He's coming round on the hards into 5th position. M Stone, has he pulled enough of a gap to Kiwi? I think he might have. He has. I think Kiwi's out of fuel there on the line.
No. Nick Magoo even gets past.
Nick Magoo.
So
they
great
both
points.
Just sneak past.
Great points for McLaren. But M Stone will have the fastest lap point as well, as he's done a 1:30.4.
There you go. I think Crazy Kiwi just ran out of fuel right on the line there, mate. He was going quite slowly. And, so it's the Stig in 10th, Brad Tay in 11th, Blue Dog in 12th, Suicide 5 and Darkness Abyss for Alpine down there in 13th and 14th.
Oh, mate, I tell you...
Hammer and Johnny M4, who's just coming across the line now. Get your votes in for Driver of the Day, guys.
Mate, I tell you what,
as well as the top 3.
Big shout out to Donny, who's got that hard tyre 25 laps into this race. That is an excellent drive from him. As the game's driver of the day is Kraken. Don't forget to have your vote at home for the actual driver of the day that we award. We will have in the party in just one moment. We'll have the 3 guys that are on the podium, and they will be joined by our official driver of the day. As I see that you're kamikazing the driver of the day in the chat.
I'm taking over the chat, Moosey.
We're just hearing that Kiwi did run out of fuel on the line.
Yes, I think I spotted that one. But Milliganes, another win in the book for Milliganes. He's flying this season.
He certainly is, and he's extended that championship advantage tonight. And, mate, I'm not sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but he may have a 2-race lead in that championship now.
I don't think it's going to be a 2-race lead, but it'll definitely be over a race and a half. His nearest rival, Fury Strat, finishes in 3rd. So he will get 22 points versus the 30 for Milliganes. So
rocking that Portuguese flag.
That's it. An 8-point advantage or swing for Milliganes once again. And if you miss the vote, I think you need some glasses, Hazy.
He actually does wear glasses. That's a bloke I work with. So it's good that he's stuck around.
Kraken, he made it up from 18th, mate, with that qualifying ban to 4th. So that was an absolutely impressive drive. And without that penalty, he would have been on the podium. Well, that could have been insane.
Absolutely.
But they are the results. M Stone claims fastest lap. And we'll work out who the driver of the day is as we await the 3 to come in to the commentary box.
Absolutely. And it was an excellent drive from all of our drivers tonight. We didn't have a safety car at all to speak of. We did have one VSC very early on in the race, but very clean driving from all the boys tonight. We've only seen 2 drivers DNF through incidents out there. Another 2 drivers DNFing that were a lot further down. But it has been an absolutely solid race from all the boys tonight, mate.
Yeah, definitely. So just making sure that there's invites for all 4 of the boys. I think they've all been here before, but just double checking.
Yeah, as we are seeing that Kraken has officially won the driver of the day vote.
Yes, I hadn't announced it yet, but I had communicated that to him. But that's fine.
Sorry.
I think I think there was a pretty obvious vote there for the Kraken. One hell of a drive from him, and we've got an invite for Tab. So all of them have an invite. And you know what, let's do a bit different. We'll go with driver of the day first, Moosey, and you can talk to Kraken.
Yeah, absolutely. Is he in here yet?
He is here.
He is here. So, mate, qualifying ban for yourself here tonight. But you've stonked it up the field. You finished P3, but with that penalty, dropped back to P4. It's a very, very solid drive, it must be said, from yourself tonight. Yeah, absolutely, and it did look like the tyre strap was absolutely spot on for you at numerous times throughout this race. A few boys a bit further down making those hard compound tyres last quite a bit longer. How good was that hard compound tyre as a race tyre? Yeah, well, that's good, mate. It has earned you P3 on track, but unfortunately, because of that penalty, P4. But nonetheless, a great drive from yourself there today.
You're welcome, mate. And we go now to Mr. Fury Strat. Hello to you, my friend. An interesting strat from you tonight with those tyres just didn't quite work out for you, but P3, still a good result. Well, you can't get them all, mate. And another podium, so happy days. And just one more question. What's with the Portuguese flag tonight, mate? Well, there you go. Yeah, definitely. That's going to be one. It's going to be a spectacle to see how that all works out. But thank you, Fury. And Moosey, have a chat with Tabs.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tabbed F1, you finished P1 on track today. You did pick up that penalty early. That's lowered you into to second position. But mate, you had some incredible pace out there today in your Aston Martin. And once you looked unstoppable until you got past Milliganes and just couldn't pull out that gap. But mate, you did have some incredible pace today. That it was, mate. And after your pit stop at the end there, you were borderline unstoppable with the amount of pace that you had. Was it your intention to go to that tyre for that final stint the whole time, or was that something you decided on the fly, or what was the go there, mate? Because you had incredible pace. It was, mate, and you've absolutely provided us with an absolute treat tonight of racing. Well done to yourself. Thanks, mate.
It's always a pleasure. And Milliganes, my man, another win in the books. You're dominating back, out here. You're back, baby.
Yeah, that's how it is. I didn't feel like I put a foot wrong that entire race, so I felt pretty confident.
Well, I can't really disagree with you. It was clinical. It never looked uncomfortable.
I came in a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but after we had that social on Monday, I felt a lot more comfortable in the tyre strategy. So being a soft to medium, a lot of people were going, "Oh, you sure about that?" But I felt like I could look after them enough and get there. And, when Tabbed managed to squeeze by, I just thought, "Hey, this is a good chance to jump in the DRS and just fly away." So bit of a tactical choice there, not to fight that position, but I'm glad I got done on the penalties and kept it clean once more.
Yeah, that's it, mate. You just got to do your own thing out there, and at the checkered flag, you'll be in a good spot. And another clinical performance for you. How are you feeling for next week in Austria? Of course, we have our first of the 2 sprint races for the season. Not sure if you're all familiar with what's going to be going on, but how are you feeling about it?
I'm not entirely sure how it all works. I've tried to figure it out.
We'll go through it now.
Brilliant.
So, it's a short qualifying, and then we reverse the top 10, and we do a 25% race. And then that sets the grid for the 50% race. So we have a short qualifying, 18 minutes, a 25% race, which is at Austria, I think, about 15... Oh, not 15 laps. Yeah, about 14 laps.
I think it's 18. I think it's 18, isn't it?
It could be even more. Yeah, well, whatever, around 15 laps. And then that's awarded half points. And then we go... And then the finishing order of that sets the grid for the 50% race, which has full points.
Could almost be a tactic not to... Just to start P10 in the quali.
That's it, mate.
Are we hearing AlphaTauri
yeah.
give away their strategy for next week?
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's pansy stuff. Start 10th, finish first. That's it.
Well, thank you.
That is exciting, though, to start the Austria. I do feel comfortable in Austria as well, but you never know what the that track can bring, because, you know, it's a bit like France with the weather as well. It could always rain.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So thanks, Millie Gates.
Cheers.
And we'll
Cheers
see
to
you
all
out
the
on
boys.
track
Good
next
racing.
week. Well, Moosey, let's try and sum that one up in some sort of quick time frame.
Oh, mate,
Good racing.
What a race. We've seen action aplenty. There wasn't a single lap there where there wasn't action. From lights out to checkered flag, it was nothing but action. We've seen these boys provide us with some excellent, clean racing once again. Not a safety car to be seen. After we saw 4 last night for the Tier 3 competition. It just proves how good these guys are in the Tier 2 competition. And, mate, I'm sorry that I've taken up all of your space here in this little sum up of the race, but it was just an excellent race to watch.
It was, mate, and don't worry about it, mate. You've summed it up very well, so keep going.
That's actually all I got.
That's it. Well, you know what? That's all we've got, because Moosey's done a very good job now. We look forward to Tier 1 tomorrow night, same time, same place. And we're going to see the best of the best here in OSRL fighting it out. Can Oz Formula do it again? Will it be someone else? Will we have a new winner? Could it be me going back on the G29? Who knows? But we wait and see for the action tomorrow night. Or tune in next week for Austria, the sprint race across the 3 divisions. We look forward to having you back. We appreciate all the support, the insane support, as always. And especially tonight, it was above and beyond. So thank you, guys. Stay safe out there and show my boy Beatster a bit of love in this raid. See you guys soon.
Thanks for joining us. Fuck, man. How many subs did we get?
I can tell you in a minute.
Oh, no. We're talking... Oh. We reckon it's closer to 150 plus.
Yeah, it's like 130. Whitey dropped like 50. I said last night to the boys, we're making it fucking huge, and it happened.
Is this the guy from last night?
Nah, I wish.
Oh, what a race. Look out.
Alright, there was 130 subs.
Woo!
Hey, Fury, beat that tomorrow night, mate. Oh, Donnie was dropping subs? He was racing? I expect to see the same from you boys next week.
That's it.
Mate, so am I, but I still dropped 10 for the boys. Oh, fuck yeah. Love that for you. Not actually. That's unfortunate, brother.
I'll tell you what, mate. When I swallowed that bug, that was disgusting. Oh, halfway through the race, there was like a little barfly, and I inhaled, and I must have inhaled the bug because I just about choked. What? Oh no! No. That wasn't on the OSRL stream. That was on my personal stream. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go and cuddle up to the missus. You're a naughty boy.
You fucked it. You fucked it. Let's be honest. Oh well, you live and you learn.
Night, boys. I'm outie.